loves. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Who likes black olives? Do y'all like black olives? I made a pasta salad that got black olives in it, and Sean just brought it to me. He hates black olives, but I love black olives. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about. I don't know why I decided to ask y'all that, but me and him had this discussion. Like he's like, "Oh, black olives are nasty," and I'm like, "You eat pig feet. Don't tell me what's nasty." You know what I'm saying? I'm eating an olive. You eat pig feet. Whatever. Anyways, we're going to talk about Jenelle Evans. As we know, she had a disappointing day the other day when she flew all the way from Vegas to North Carolina to attend a hearing that had to do with her ex, David Eason, violating a TRO and trespassing onto her property. So she went to court and the judge dropped all the charges and also ruled that David no longer had to wear an ankle monitor, which was a big yes, he eats pig feet, which was a that was a big deal for Jenelle. That was like a big win. Weeks ago, when they had their first hearing about this violation of the protective order, the judge got very upset with David and was like, you know what? You're wearing an ankle monitor. Like, I'm tired of this is according to Jenelle. According to Jenelle, so we know back in October, David Eason, let me just bring it back so I don't confuse anybody. Back in October, David Eason wanted to go to the property to get some of his belongings. He needed to get tools. Now, from my understanding, David actually does have a job, but they are keeping it like tight lipped where he's working because, they don't want it ruined. That he is working, but because how the internet is, like people find out, call and complain, and the company may fire him, whatever. But from my understanding, like he needed like some of his tools for this upcoming job that he was, going to get, and he also wanted to get some of his other things. So he called the police department. I know, right? We all know Jenelle lies big, big, big. So he called the police department. They went out close to the property earlier that day, called the police department. And they were like, listen, we need an escort to the property. I have a TRO against me, but she's not there. But I would like to get some of my things. He called, that's on record. It's literally like on a recorded call of David calling them saying, I would like to go get my things. There is a TRO in place, but I want to get my stuff. She don't even live there anymore. She lives in Las Vegas. Like she's nowhere close. So an officer came out, was like, yep, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. You can get, you can get on the property and get your things because she's not there. Now, when they got to the gate was locked, and the officer was like, just cut the lock. Like half the stuff is yours anyways. Like if you're fine cutting the lock, cut the lock. So the lock was cut. David got onto the property. Either way, he ended up not getting anything besides some of his tools because the officer went to the door and rang the doorbell. The ring cam picked up. He told Jenelle what he was doing. Jenelle was like, nope, he's not supposed to be there. We have a bed and board. Well, she was like, there's a TRO. He's not supposed to be there. And the officer was like, we know there's a TRO, but as long as you're not here, it's fine. And she was like, no, we also have a bed and board. So he can't be there due to the bed and board. Which Jenelle says that David lied to the police, but really Jenelle lied to the police because there was no longer a bed and board. She had dropped that back in August. Either way, that confused the officer. He was like, what? Well, I don't know what that is. Let me talk to my sergeant. So they left. Jenelle did say he could get some of his tools, but besides that, can't get nothing. So they leave. However, Jenelle pressed charges on him, and he was arrested for violating the TRO and trespassing. They had one court hearing. He didn't have an attorney with him, but the judge, according to Jenelle, was so fed up with David and was like, there's a TRO in place, and you're not even, adhering to the TRO, so you're going to wear an ankle monitor since you won't listen. Jenelle went live or posted like a video where she talked about it, how the judge was so upset with David, seeing that there was this TRO and he wasn't listening to that order, so he made him wear the ankle monitor. Either way, they went back to court the other day, and the judge dismissed everything. The judge, the department they were able to provide the evidence that David contacted the police, told them that there was a TRO in order in place, everything. And the judge ultimately said, like, this was just like a big misunderstanding, essentially. Like, so he dropped the charges, told David he didn't have to wear the ankle monitor anymore. That upset Jenelle. Yeah, I would assume he should have known. I would assume. I don't know. But Jenelle got really upset. Um, Kenleigh made a David's girlfriend Kenleigh made a post on X saying something like, "Oh, finally some good news," and Jenelle responded to that, and then they had like this little back and forth situation. So let's get into it. I know, me too. Like, I'm obviously not a fan of David Eason by no means at all. But I will always say what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I believe David Eason deserves to be in prison for what he did to Jace. But did he do anything wrong that night? It doesn't appear that he did that night. Maybe any other night, sure. All right. Ooh, Jenelle got crazy ass. And there's she's I'm gonna stand up for my man. Is that what Dolly Parton said? Who sings that? Stand by your man. Who sings that? I don't know. Kenleigh stands by her man, but you want to know who used to stand by her man? Jenelle. Jenelle used to until she found a new man, and then she went with that man, and then she stood by that man until um, they broke up. A little behind. What was dismissed? Was it about Jace? It was not about Jace. The stuff about Jace that he has a hearing for that coming up. Okay. All right. So let me find it. Let me find where it really starts. Okay, so Kenleigh tweeted on Friday after the charges were dismissed. She said, finally, some good news today. When questioned by someone on X, Kenleigh explained her feelings on the situation, stating that David tried to keep things legal on the night in question. She wrote, It's not about things not going someone's way. It's about truth. He went about it the right way and got burned anyways. I hoped the judicial system would find out the truth and do what's right. Jenelle did not appreciate Kenleigh's statements and lashed out at her own ex. So Jenelle said he went about it the right way and got burned for it anyways. Ask David, who owns the truck, the dirt bikes, four-wheeler, tools, etc. He shouldn't have even been at my house to begin with. There was a no contact order. He lied about to the police to get his way. He cut my lock on my gate. Okay, so first off, I want to respond to this. Even though she's not talking to me, I don't care. I'm going to respond. Ask David, who owns the truck, dirt bikes, four-wheelers, tools, etc. Y'all both do because you guys were married and community property. So until this divorce is settled and assets are split, y'all both own them. There was a no contact order he lied about to the police to get his way. That's actually not true, and court proved that. They proved that in court that he was very upfront with the officers and said there's a no contact order. Even on the ring camera footage where the officer is talking to Jenelle, she's like, there's a no contact order in place. The officer's like, yeah, I know, but you're not here, so it's fine. He didn't lie to them about that. He told them they were aware. Who's the 12 people hearting Jenelle's comments? I'm going to need you guys to stand up. She then addressed Kenleigh. Oh, and I love this one. For you to sit there as his girlfriend and act like he's an angel is unbelievable. That's what the whole world has been saying for years about you, Jenelle. For years, we have all been like, wow, Jenelle, for you to sit there and act like David is some sort of angel after him killing the dog, after the way he treated Kaiser, after what he did to Jace. These were your dogs and your kids. And you acted like he was an angel. We were the ones defending your kids and your dog. And you were defending him. He's the angel. He's innocent. David was protecting us from Jace. Like, girl, you ain't got no right saying anything to Kenleigh at all for all the years that you acted like he was an angel when he was legitimately abusing y'all's kids, your kids. That's insanity. Jenelle went on to say, everyone has flaws and he has many. That was my children's toys he was trying to take to pawn for money. How do we know that's what he was going to do with the toys? I don't know. And you were an accomplice. Well, technically she wasn't, because when you try to get her charged, Jenelle, here's some information that I have for y'all. Jenelle actually pushed to have Kenleigh arrested as well, and she was told that she couldn't. They were like, she didn't do anything. Like, she went there with an officer. She didn't have a TRO. Like, there's no way we can arrest Kenleigh for this. But she pushed for it. Jace is still living with Jenelle as far as we know. He brought some witch to my property I never met in my life and had no permission to be on my property. David already came and got his belongings twice before a third time trying again. He acts entitled to everything, but really none of it is his. Unfortunately, because you guys were married and you either did not want him to work or he refused to work and you allowed it, whatever the case is, it's still his. It's y'all's. Kenleigh hit X again on Monday to defend her man and explain their reasoning behind the attempt to snag stuff from the land. When one user accused her and David of being sneaky by doing the heist attempt at night, Kenleigh disagreed. She said, another lie, or again, another lie. We were near the property in broad daylight, called the police escort in daylight, and had to wait 2 hours. By then it was dark. Adding that David was authorized by the on-site deputy to cut Jenelle's lock. The police told him to cut the lock, but after all is said and done, he did get his tools back, which he needed. He did not get his bike back, and it should have been handled in court. You're right. I agree. There's a lot of fabrication and assumptions about what actually happened and why. She added that Jenelle's statement about David stealing her kids' toys was false. She wrote, we didn't try to take any toys. Fabrication at its finest. This has nothing to do with fabric, Kenleigh. I'm talking about a crime here. I can see Jenelle saying this. Sometimes he actually is pretty funny. This has nothing to do with fabric. Hello? Kenleigh also clarified her thoughts on David's pending criminal charges for assault by strangulation and child abuse for the 2023 incident involving Jenelle's oldest son, Jace. So let's get into this. Someone brought this up. Like, well, what about David? You know, he's been charged with assaulting Jace. She said, if you're asking me who I believe David, especially when my name is all over the internet being lied about constantly. I wouldn't be with someone who I thought was capable of doing that. But opinions don't matter in the courthouse. Innocent until proven guilty. And I guess, you know, I don't know what story David may have told her. I don't know if David's like, oh, I didn't do it at all. I don't know if David's like, he attacked me, so I just defended myself, and she believes that. But based off what I know, yes, Jace had snuck out of the house because he was in trouble. He was, you know, about to walk back home because he saw them pass by looking for him. And they pulled up, and David jumped out of the vehicle very mad, and a fight ensued. Well, really not even a fight. David went to town on Jace and literally, like, screamed, like, I will rip your effing head off, as he had his hands around his throat. So, wait, didn't David go on a show and admit he did. Jay can lie and D can't say a word because of a pee-pee. Exactly. David's not allowed to talk about any of this. Yes. So when one user asked her, how could she be with a man who has been charged with abusing every woman he was with, as well as animals and children, Kenleigh argued that what the public see on TV isn't the truth. And what I would have to say to Kenleigh is most of this stuff is not even on TV. The stuff with Jace, not on TV. The stuff with Nugget, not on TV. I mean, yeah, the stuff with, you know, Kaiser, where he, you know, Kaiser's like, I want food. And he yells at Kaiser and jerks him over to the swing. And he calls Kaiser a little bitch. Like, we still saw that. Like, I guess somehow it could be edited to make it look, I don't know. He straight up said when Kaiser was 2 years old that he was acting like a little bee, just like his daddy. I don't know how you can twist that. I'm not sure. I don't know. But a lot of the stuff is not did not even happen on TV. A lot of this stuff just we know this because police reports, not television, but actual police reports. And the reports that were taken the night that when Jace ended up in the hospital, the reports actually detail the fact that Jace had visible marks on his body, on both sides of his neck, on his arms, wounds that were put there intentionally to cause harm. So, I don't know what David's told her. 911 calls, exactly. Like these things are not things that was put out on TV. But I don't know what all Kenleigh has been told by him, but she said reality TV isn't actual reality, in my opinion. Drama and bad press equal money. Not saying he's perfect, but I think there's a lot of fabrication, and he has owned up to a lot of things in private to me. Kenleigh did, however, admit that David's past scared her a little bit, but stated that's why you are friends first before dating. When asked how she feels about the fact that David is only in communication with one of his three kids, which is Marissa, she pointed to David's lack of funds and lack of willing baby mamas as the reason. As we know, David shares Inslee with Jenelle, but he has not seen or spoken to Inslee since February 2024. David has had little to no relationship with his son, Hayden. Yeah, I wonder how David behaved when he was 14. Would that make it okay? Exactly. Uh, so he's had little to no relationship with his son, Caden, whom he shares with Olivia Lidham, due to him being charged with DV against Olivia when she was pregnant with Caden. It's not that simple. You have to have money to obtain lawyers, Kenleigh said when one ex user stated that David hasn't made much of an attempt to contact Inslee or Caden. She said he's working on building his life back and making money to do what he can do for his kids. Starting from pretty much nothing is pretty difficult, but he's taken necessary steps to do that. Yes. Yep. There were messages that were released where um, he proved that he had been trying to see Inslee, talk to Inslee, and Jenelle kept giving him the runaround and was telling him no. Well, anyway, Mama, please explain his restraining order against him from an ex and his son then. He has tried to reach out to his son. In fact, he has a daily reminder to call him, and his mom doesn't answer. She replied to someone regarding Caden, who was asking about his son, Caden. I'm not saying he's perfect or that his past is spotless, Kenleigh said. Well, that's an understatement of the century. She then explained why David didn't fight for custody of Inslee last year. He missed custody court because they never sent him a subpoena. And they're supposed to call you, but they never did. Columbus County and surrounding areas, in my experience, their administration office sucks. Finally, Kenleigh shut down the rumor that she is helping David pay for his attorney for his criminal case. As the Ashley reported, David has obtained a public defender to handle his criminal case involving Jace, but has hired a private lawyer for the restraining order case with Jenelle. According to Kenleigh, she is not shelling out cash for the lawyer for David. She said, for the record, I don't pay for his lawyers. Y'all can quit with that. He has a public defender and another contingent attorney. I would never pay for someone else's choices and or consequences. Jenelle has yet to respond to Kenleigh's latest statements. Um, has he taken more anger management classes and parenting classes? That, in my opinion, are necessary steps. I don't think that he has. I know he has over the time. Oh, thank you, Gold. I love you too. And don't worry, I'm 4AF too. We're all struggling. But I did listen, today I was at the doctor and I heard, I'm like working on my phone, sad about my face situation. And I hear on this side, egg prices are scheduled to drop or did drop. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, what? And I look at the TV and there's like this news report about how egg prices are going down like by like several dollars due to something or another. I don't even know. And I'm like, oh, thank God, it's about time. Um, because God, this economy is ridiculous. Like when I went to the store the other day and I saw the price of eggs, I was like, which we don't have to buy eggs that much because my mom has chickens, and so they bring us eggs from time to time. But I was like, down 40%. Praise God, hallelujah. Uh, yes, he has a son named Caden. He was with Olivia and Caden. She got pregnant with Caden, and he there was a situation where DV was involved. He pushed her, left her on the side of the road. Something I don't remember. But yeah, there's been little to no contact with him for a while now. I'm sorry, you guys. I was checking to see if I had a fever because it feels like I do. How much are eggs in America now? Let me see. How much are eggs today? Go to Walmart.com and we went from talking about Jenelle to talking about eggs. Okay, so great value. You can get them for $5.97 a dozen, but I feel like they were like $9 when I saw them the other day. Just got 18 for $4.99. So yeah, they were definitely higher. I know nobody's painting eggs this Easter. Potatoes are all the rage. I know that's right. No crap. Eggs is gonna be like toilet paper used to be, during the vid situation. Yeah, there was a DV situation with Caden's mom when she was pregnant with him. Jenny said she bought some for $7. If I had more money, I would contribute to Olivia's gift. I don't. Is that still going on? I'm not sure because yes, there Olivia did have a GoFundMe years ago because Jenelle had hired lawyers for David, and they were going to try to take Olivia to court for him to get some sort of custody rights. And Olivia started a GoFundMe so she could continue to protect him. And Jenelle accused her of starting to GoFundMe for like plastic surgery, like a boob job or something. That's so crazy. We're done jumbo marshmallows this year. Jeez, I don't blame y'all. We're gonna do plastic ones. We normally do plastic ones, I think. Yeah, I think we do. For 18 eggs now, it's 8.22 in Ohio. It was up to $10 for extra large. Yeah, there was some situation where he like left her on the street when she was pregnant. So, I like Kenleigh. I like that when people like asked her to comment on Jenelle keeping the kids away from David, she was like, I can't comment on that. Like, I don't know her. I was not there to see their relationship, like, and what went on with it. So I have no comment to that. Several times she's been like, I really can't say anything when it comes to this because this is not, I don't know about it. And she's very like vocal with when she does say something that she only knows from like what she's told or whatever. She does seem kind of normal. Yeah. David seems more normal with her than he was with Jenelle for sure. So I do like Kenleigh. I hope that the relationship can be a normal relationship and he doesn't become the way he was with Janelle or, Whitney or Olivia, that doesn't happen with Kenleigh because I do like Kenleigh. 18 in color as of now, still 12 for an 18 pack. Are you saying I don't sound well? I'm not. Maybe David quit drinking. I think there was a big problem with him. Yeah, I think he's still drinking because they do go out to the bar sometimes, and she'll post pictures. I don't know. Now, this is what I can tell y'all. Jenelle and David, when they were together, and Jenelle still does this, drinks and smokes every day. So Jenelle also takes like Xanax or something. So every day, and I have verified this through multiple sources, that every day by noon, Janelle has smoked several blunts, joints, whatever. She has taken Xanax and she has started drinking by like noon. And that she's usually like by evening time, like pretty whew, you know what I'm saying? I don't know Kenleigh. I only know what I've heard through your channel, but my heart breaks for her knowing she's in the situation where she will. I know. I hope not, Colton, but I do worry about that. I wonder if she will stay with him after he's found guilty. I wonder if when they go to court, if because okay, I wonder if he will tell her don't go when it comes to the Jace thing. If he'll be like, don't go, you don't need to go because Ryan used to do that. Okay, so back when Ryan and Mackenzie was married, and Ryan would have court just stuff to do with Macy or whatever, child support, anything. He would not want anybody to come, which his parents would still, they were like, no, we're coming. He didn't want them to, but that way he could spin his story however he wanted to, you know, oh, Macy this, Macy that, it's Macy's fault, Macy this. And I think he's doing the same thing with Amanda because Ryan and Mackenzie have had court and Amanda hasn't been to any of them. And it makes me wonder if it's so, he can whatever. Either way, I wonder that with David, like when he goes to court for this stuff with Jace, if he will try to make sure Kenleigh can't go. Because, and I don't know if David knows this yet. I know whenever word got out that the assault was caught on ring camera footage, Jenelle and David was like, no, it's not. There's no footage. Everybody's lying. That's fake news. But I've been my understanding is the reason David went, oh, my light's off back there. I didn't notice that. The reason it went from a misdemeanor child abuse charge to an additional charge of assault by strangulation, which is a felony charge. The reason that was added was because the grand jury actually saw the ring camera footage and they added that one. Okay. I don't know if David is still unaware of this or if this will be something that will be sprung on him in court. But if so, and Kenleigh witnesses this, I will be curious to see how she responds to that. Yeah, as a smoker myself, I can appreciate a good wake and bake, but dang, Jenelle, she's trying to not even be part of the earth at that point. I've literally been told by several people that, yeah, that by like nighttime, Jenelle is just like, that's why she's had to have Jace drive her places because she's gone. Mhm. I'm disappointed in Macy MTV for now suddenly giving Ryan a pass for his actions. Even if Mackenzie's a horrible person, what Ryan allegedly did is still abuse. I mean, I love a good redemption story, but it also is like you can't take away what did happen to people. You're right. And it might not be. It might be like you don't need to come. Um, yeah. So, anyways, he has court coming up though, so I would be curious to see if she goes. I know she works, so she may have to take off work, but I would be very curious, if she goes and she watches this video, what she will do at that point. If she, if because she said he's told me some stuff in private. Well, did he come clean with you? Did he like? And if he did, how did he explain that one? Because to me, there's never a justified reason to put your hands around a 14-year-old's neck and scream that you're going to rip their head off of them or to put them in a headlock and ram their head into your car. Like, yes, is there a reason to restrain a 14-year-old? Absolutely. But that's not restraint. That's not restraining him. That's not restraint. So um yeah. Even if she doesn't go with him, Janelle will bring her up. She'll be there, even if being spoken about, she just won't be able to see what's happening. Yeah, if it was me, I think I'd want to go so I could get all the facts. Like when Josh Duggar went to trial and Anna went, but it didn't matter. She still stuck by his side. But if my man was accused of something like that, I would be in court every day because I'd be like, I want to know what happened and I want to see what evidence they have. Yes, I trust you, love you, but I really just don't want to trust that you're going to tell me the truth about everything. So I'm going to be there. Sorry, I just took my other earring out to rub my ear because my ear is hurting. Sorry. When I was in the doctor's office today, I like pulled on my ear and my earring came out and rolled underneath the bed that I was sitting on and I couldn't find it. Do you think the video will be made public after court? No, I don't think that video will ever be made public because the only people that have access to it is the owners of the home and then the police department. And because it has a minor being abused, it will definitely never be open to the public with like a FOIA. Like some stuff you can get with a FOIA, but because he's a minor and it shows him assaulting a minor, I think that will be like under seal or something. Tammy Wynette, stand by your man. Thank you. Yeah, I took it out because I was rubbing my ear. Sorry. Earrings are pretty. Thank you. So yeah, one fell off and rolled up underneath the bed, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't get it, so I lost an earring today. It was one of my favorites. Could the homeowners sell it? I guess they could if they wanted to. I wouldn't if I was them. If I was them, I might would do an interview to say it exists. I know people are questioning it, but we're not going to put it out for Jace's privacy and protection, but it absolutely exists because a lot of people, question whether or not it exists. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I'm going to probably start doing short lives on like my Facebook page as well as TikTok here and there just to try to build those up as well. So if you don't follow me there, please go follow me. And I can't say when it'll happen, but I get asked a lot about my makeup, my eyebrows. So I'm going to be maybe doing that, like going live, doing my makeup, sharing with you guys what I wear as we talk about reality TV stuff. I may do Facebook one day, I may do TikTok the next day. In the evenings, I might decide to jump on really quick with you guys. Just Kobe says, no, I don't have social media. I'm sorry. Girl, get you on Facebook. Favorite earring smells like coming down with a bug. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I've been to the doctor 3 times in the past 3 weeks. I went this past Saturday and then I went today again. And I was really thinking because when I went 3 weeks ago, I don't go to the doctor much at all because I just don't have time. But I had to take my dad to the ER because my dad was having some problems breathing. So I said, you know what? Since I'm taking you, I'm gonna go ahead and get seen too because my ear was hurting. So he looked in and he was like, "Yep, you got an ear infection." I have a hole in my ear. My eardrum. I've had a hole in my eardrum. It never closes up completely. So he's like, "Yep, you got an ear infection. I'm gonna prescribe you amoxicillin. Make sure you take it right, take it all. If you don't, it'll come back with a vengeance." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna take it because my ear is hurting." I get the prescription. Amoxicillin is the size of a shoe. Okay. And first off, for years, I could not even swallow pills. Like the thought of it made me sick. I just got to where I could swallow smaller tablets again within the past maybe year or so. So I'm like, oh my gosh, oh no, like I gotta swallow this shoe. So I do it like, but I don't do it like I'm supposed to. How did I get the hole in my ear? When I was little, I was playing with like one of the old style mini blinds and I fell asleep with the mini blind in my hand. The ones that look like little rods. And I fell asleep with it in my hand like this and I flipped my head over in the middle of the night and it went right in and it busted my eardrum. And yeah. Yeah. So I would at night after work and I would go in and I'd be like, oh, I forgot to take the amoxicillin. And I'd be like, you know what? I'll just wake up and do it tomorrow. Oh, pray, Alicia. Oh, wow. Okay. Definitely going to pray. Jesus, what is man? Vomiting blood. That sounds like an ulcer or something, like a stomach ulcer. So I ended up not taking them the way that I was supposed to. Idiot I am. Well, it came back with a vengeance. So Saturday, I could not, it was horrible, horrible pain. So I went to the ER here, or like a little urgent care here, and he looked in it. He was like, "Yep, it's infected. You need a patch on your eardrum because the hole is too big that it can never close up. Because the size of the hole in my eardrum will open, close, open, close. It never closes all the way. Like it'll be like big one day and the next day smaller because it's tried to grow up, but it will never grow all the way up. So, anyways, he was like, "You need a patch. You're gonna have a little surgery where they put a patch on your eardrum." So he wrote me a different antibiotic because I was like, I couldn't take those big pills. Like I did take them, but it took me longer and they didn't work the way they were supposed to. So he wrote me a different prescription for antibiotics. That's like a 4-day regimen. It's 2 the first day and then 1 a day after that for 3 days. He was like, these are smaller, but get in with your primary health doctor so she can get you set up with an ENT. So I'm like, okay. So I get the medicine and I take the first 2 pills, like, right after I get home, and I'm taking I take them all, and I really felt like as, like, maybe the 2nd or 3rd day that the pain would go down, because I'm on antibiotics again, but no. So, this morning, I took my last antibiotic, and I had my doctor's appointment at 8:30 this morning, and she was like, "Yep, you got a hole in your eardrum, and yeah, you got an infection in there. It's not bad. It looks like it's healing. I'm going to set you up with an ENT." And I'm like, okay, so are you going to call me in more antibiotics? Because I'm like, I'm in pain. So the antibiotics will make it go away faster, right? She was like, no, I don't think you need any more antibiotics. Like, it looks like it's going away. Like you just are in a regimen of antibiotics. So, I think you'll be fine. And I'm literally sitting there like in pain. And I'm like, and when we did the live earlier about Ashley and Bar, I took an ibuprofen 600. I don't know what time that was, but like the pain is back already. It will knock the pain out for like an hour or two, maybe. And I've literally been eating them like candy, ibuprofen 600 to try to help it. So I have ear pain, but it's radiating to about right here. So it actually makes me feel like I have a toothache as well. If you wiggle your fingers while you take pills, it confuses your brain to focus on the fingers. Huh, I've never heard of that. Um, Mine will never close again. 60. I would love to know how much hearing loss I have in this ear because I definitely can't hear that well in this ear. Since this has started, it's worse. I can't hear even more so. I am taking ibuprofen 600 is what I'm taking. And I got home from my appointment and I laid down on a heating pad and I fell asleep on a heating pad for like 2 hours. And I woke up and my ear felt a little bit better. But as soon as I got up and got to moving around again, it was, oh, yes. I don't have 800. That's what we're trying to take a Midol. I wish I had ibuprofen 800, but I only have 600. I'll try Midol. I'll try anything because I am like last night. I was literally like crying in my bathroom. My husband woke up and texted me. He was like, "Are you crying?" But I didn't see it until the next morning because I wasn't checking my phone because I was in pain. As for the 800 prescription, I guess I could, I guess I could call them and ask if they'll call me in 800. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of sleep lately. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Sean has a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to work around his schedule with his appointment. He has to go to the VA, so yeah, I may come out here and do like a little Facebook or a TikTok live, and then we'll do our regular stuff at whatever time we can. See, I've wondered if I have something like that as well. I hope not. They can't do anything to fix that? What, they can't fix that? I don't wanna be in pain for the rest of my life. Oh, yeah, you can take a 600 and 200. That's yeah. I don't take pain, like prescription pain. I don't take narcotic pain medication at all. Oh, wow. Anyways, you guys, if you're not following me on my other social media platforms, please follow me there. Like I said, I get a lot of comments about your makeup, your eyebrows. So I'll probably like go live on Facebook or TikTok and do that, like do makeup as we talk about whatever's going on in the world of reality television. Follow me there if you don't yet. Make sure you follow me here as well. Subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. Hopefully, we'll get there soon. Thank you all, everybody that is subscribed already. They can't. It's a surgery. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh my goodness. I would not want to live in pain for the rest of my life. That would be devastating. Anyways, I'm so sorry about that, Gabriel. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thumbs up on the way out, and I will see you guys in the next